late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens. Well, winners win. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture.
Oh yeah, everybody. Here we go.
32 teams, 7 rounds, 224 young men who today are about to become players in the National Football League. A day where lives are changed, fates are decided, dynasties are born, and the clock is always ticking. Of course, I'm talking about Draft Day.
Well, we sit here 32 days away from the NFL draft. 32 days from today, we will be on the eve. I think it starts at 8 o'clock on that Thursday. We will be less than 3 hours away from the first pick. Actually, we would have just gotten the first pick. Cleveland Browns will be on the clock, most likely. Very, very exciting for me. I love draft season. We did a mock draft last week. We're gonna do it. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. I will be picking everybody's team, but obviously I'm a Cowboys fan, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna take in the latest information and maybe take it a little bit different. I think the top of the draft, I think it is what it is, people. I am going to make a couple adjustments and we'll go and I'll remember as best I could what I did, but let's get into it, everybody. Here we go. NFL draft. We're going to do, actually what I'm going to do is restart it and do one round. And let's go, baby. All right. Tennessee Titans. They have fallen in love with Cam Ward. Yes, I feel sorry for Jesse Montanez, channel member. Jesse, I am sorry. Your team had the number 1 overall pick, and they let it slip through their hands. That's all on your team. That's on your GM. What you do in a situation where you don't want your team to go out and win football games, you go to your head coach and you say, I'm not going to tell you to lose. I'm just going to tell you not to play this guy, that guy, this guy, and that guy. That's how you do it. The NFL, it doesn't take much for you to be outgunned from the best team to the quote-unquote worst team. There's not a lot of difference, believe it or not. People think there's a mountain of difference. There's not. If you remove a few players, it can have a drastic effect. So, with that being said, sorry, Jesse. There is no trade up. This is what happens when you give Tennessee the option to have the number 1 overall pick. They start second guessing everything. Are we ever going to have a chance to get the first overall pick? Cam Ward. I still think they should trade down, but they don't. They draft Cam Ward. Boom. Done. Cam Ward is gone. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Pause. We'll go to 150. There we go. Cam Ward, gone. Number 2. I believe the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. I believe I gave them a Travis Hunter last time. I'm not going to do that just for the sake of switching it up a little bit. I'm going to give them the edge rusher out of Penn State to play opposite of Myles Garrett, who wanted to go win only to sign a $40+ million per year contract. Abdul Carter off the board, goes to the Cleveland Browns. New York Giants, you could say whatever. There is a boatload of pressure on this team not to get it wrong. Um, Jackson Dart, you're starting to hear some of the slander. We don't know if it's gamesmanship. Uh, Jackson Dart, oh well, he tailed off in games or towards the end of the season. They're gonna go. Whether I agree with this pick or not, they should probably go best player available here, Travis Hunter, possibly Membao, but they're not. Why? Because they're a sorry organization right now who can't get out of their own way. They're going to go with Shador Sanders. Yes, Dion and his family are gonna take New York by storm. Hey, Deion Sanders may be your head coach before too long. It's real. Number four, this is where we talked about everybody. We talked about this. Number four, the New England Patriots are on the board. There is a rumored trade where Dallas would come up to four if this scenario were to happen. Dallas would go up to four. The Jimmy Johnson trade chart, the points that you would need to give, you would need to give your 12, your 44, and a third round pick next year to go up to number four to get a Travis Hunter. Let me know in the comments if you want that. We're not going to do trades here. We are not going to do trades. The New England Patriots, I believe they take. I don't know that they're going to take Travis Hunter. I don't. New England Patriots may very well throw everybody off. They need wide receiver. They need offensive tackle. They need edge rusher. They need corner. Um, just for the just for the sake of everything, I am going to switch it up and not give them a Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter may slide. We're going to give them Will Campbell. Yes, the best left tackle, little unorthodox, but that's what they need. They have a young quarterback. That's what they should do. Will Campbell goes to the New England Patriots. Let me know what you think about that. Everybody's assuming Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter. Again, this is why if I'm New England, I'm looking to trade down. I'm looking to call the Cowboys and say, "Hey, is this something that you'll be interested in?" Because I think they would be okay with getting one of these offensive tackles. Shots fired. Everybody thinks they're going to go with Abdul Carter. He gone. With Travis Hunter, maybe not. All right. Well, that changes up everything because now you got the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. They need defensive tackle. They need a tight end. They need cornerback. Again, Mason Graham is a bit of a mystery. Everybody's always mocked. Everybody's mocked Mason Graham, Mason Graham, Mason Graham. If Travis Hunter's on the board, he's rated higher. Guess what? You got your Jalen Ramsey of this team. Travis Hunter goes right now to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boom. A little different, right? A little different. It could definitely happen. All right. Right now, Pete Carroll is on the clock at 6 with the Las Vegas Raiders. They're looking at what do they need? They need corner. They almost had Travis Hunter. He gone. They need running back, Ashton Genty. They need wide receiver. Do they like Ted McMillan that much? They need defensive tackle. They need safety. I believe this is where Ashton Genty will go. We're going to give Ashton Genty to the Raiders. He gone, number 6. We never had a chance. Next in line is the New York Jets. We are hearing they need offensive tackle, defensive tackle, wide receiver, tight end, a cornerback. I am going to go with the latest rumor that I heard. Yes, I am going to go with it. They are going to take none other than the quarterback, Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. I'm going to, for the sake of this mock draft, we are going to go with the cornerback out of Ole Miss, that has been rumored that they love Jackson Dart to the New York Jets. That is very good for teams behind the Jets because that's just allowing good players to fall. We're moving along. The Carolina Panthers, they need corner, they need center, they need safety, they need edge, they need wide receiver. Um, I am going to give them arguably. Now, it all depends on what he runs, but for this, I believe they are going to go with Will Johnson. I'm hearing Michael Williams as a possibility. And they don't have Michael Williams rated very high at all. Oh yeah, they do. Um, I'm gonna give them the best a cornerback on the board here. I'm gonna give them a corner. I'm gonna give them Will Johnson. Bam, Will Johnson gone. Interesting, interesting. Number 9, they need offensive guard, wide receiver, cornerback, edge, guard, wide receiver, corner, edge. Um, it's a Membao or Tet McMillan. Membao or Tet McMillan. Membao is a powerful right tackle who brings a rare combination of strength and technique to stand out. Um, Not sure if they would play him at guard. I'm not sure, but you do have Kelvin Banks, who I do believe is a guard. Um, Again, I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that the New Orleans Saints are gonna go out and give themselves a weapon. I think they go out and give uh, a car a offensive weapon. We're gonna give them Tet McMillan in this mock draft 2.0. Tet McMillan is gone. I've seen a lot of guard. Not so much. Number 10. Number 10 is the Chicago Bears. Everybody say Genty, 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 Genty. What do they need? They need offensive tackle. They need running back. They need safety. They need edge. Um, Offensive tackle, I think they go pick your poison, Membao or Banks. Membao, I think they go with the better player. I think Membao is gone. They could go. Um, we're like still waiting on. We are still waiting on Josh Simmons. I think Josh Simmons very well may be the pick here. I'm going to go with a hunch and say he gets a clean bill of health before the draft, and he rises up to be the number one. Number one. Even though we have Will Campbell going to New England, I think at this spot, we're going to give Josh Simmons to the Chicago Bears. Boom. Josh Simmons is gone. That brings us to the San Francisco 49ers. They need defensive tackle. They need corner. They need linebacker. They need edge. And look who drops to them. Look who drops to them. The best defensive tackle in the draft. Mason Graham goes a pick ahead of us. If he drops to 10, oof, that's going to be tough. Mason Graham goes to the 49ers. Breaks our hearts, yes. And this is a tough one because we need running back, we need edge rusher, we need offensive guard, we need corner, we need wide receiver. Okay, well, this would be a clear trade down situation. Yes, it would be. Wow. Well, we know how much they love Michael Williams. Michael Williams, 6'5", 260. Michael Williams has the ideal size and length to protect seemingly as a defensive end in the base 4-3. His explosiveness off the line of scrimmage is impressive and is capable of winning as a pass rusher in several ways. Williams pairs an elite physical attribute with a red-hot motor in a game that's a bit over the last 3 seasons. Williams could be a player who starts slow in the NFL but has tremendous growth. He's not a finished product, people. Um, I'm looking at Jade Barron here, but yeah, for the sake of this draft, um, we're looking at Membao. How do you not go Membao? How do you not go with Membao here? Um, I know what people are going to say. Oh, another offensive lineman, Matthew Golden. I'd be looking for trade. I will be looking for trade. I will be looking for some serious trades. I don't think I'm gonna do it, people. It's not gonna make me happy, but I am going to do it. I think in this scenario, Dallas does try and trade down, but they don't find a partner. And this is what could possibly happen. It doesn't make me happy, but this is what they do. Michael Williams, edge out of Georgia, goes to the Dallas Cowboys. I would have taken Tyler Warren. I would have taken offensive guard. I would have taken maybe Matthew Golden, but 2.0, we're going to give them Michael Williams. Let me know. You disappointed? Get ready. You're hearing how much they love Michael Williams. We almost had Mason Graham. It is what it is. He's a Georgia player, so we'll see. Next is the Miami Dolphins. They need guard, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. Well, this is easy. Easy. Membao. Boom. Done. The Colts are on the board, and guess what? They get their guy. They get the Dallas Clark. I think I had them taking Loveland before. Well, they get Tyler Warren. Goes to the Colts. Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons here. They need a corner, defensive tackle, edge, safety. Shamar Stewart. We're going to give them Jade Barron. I believe I gave them Barron before. I'm going to give them Barron again. Now, I mean, maybe they go with Starks there, but I give them Barron. All right. Arizona need edge, defensive tackle, wide receiver. I'm going to give them James Pierce Jr. I'm going to give them arguably my best edge on the board, not Shamar Stewart. James Pierce, boom, he goes to Tennessee. That sets up the Cincinnati Bengals. They need edge. They need defensive tackle. They need offensive guard. They need corner. I'm going to give them Tyler Booker of Cincinnati Bengals. I think they find a way to keep Hendrickson in the fold. Here's a team I think that we could possibly trade with us is the Seattle Seahawks of the Cowboys. Just keep that name in mind. Dropping down to 18 and getting that third round pick. I think that could happen. But they need guard, offensive tackle, wide receiver. We're going to give them Kelvin Banks is off the board. He goes to Texas. Now this sets up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They need corner, safety, edge. You could see a Shamar Stewart. You could see a Jalen Walker. I'm going to give them the best. I'm going to give them Malachi Starks. Let's just assume that they stick to the prototypical safety, and we're going to give them Malachi Starks. Boom, Malachi. I want to change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Denver Broncos are on the board. They need running back, wide receiver, linebacker, corner. Running back, wide receiver, linebacker, corner. I believe they do trade in the draft. I believe that they trade um, their receiver. Um, I believe they trade Cortland Sutton. I do believe that they're going to trade Cortland Sutton. We're hearing rumors of the Cowboys. We always hear it. Let's look at the best wide receivers and who I think would fit. Um, I believe that we're starting to see Luther Burden fall. Why, I'm not sure. Everybody's saying a running back. The running back is deep. We're going to hold off on running back. We're going to give them one of two receivers, and I believe we're going to give them the guy who could take a top off. We're going to give them Matthew Golden. We're going to switch it up and not go Hampton, and we're going to go Golden to the Denver Broncos. Number 21, they need a QB, defensive tackle, a cornerback, running back. They were in the mix for Jackson Dart. He's gone. So let's look and see who's there. You got Milrow, Ewers, Howard. Did they go with Jalen Milrow? I don't believe so. I believe Milrow is too far gone right now. They need he needs some help. He needs a lot of tutelage throwing in the pocket. I mean, in his pro day, he had a lot of misses in his pro day. So we're going to give them. Do we want to give them Derek Harmon? Or do we want to give them Jihad Campbell, who had surgery? QB, defensive tackle, corner, running back. We are going to give them a cornerback who has a clean bill of health. Siobhan Ravel goes to the Steelers. I believe I had Ravel going to the Vikings. He goes to the Steelers. Upside is through the roof. Big kid. Very athletic. Ravel to the Steelers. Next up is the Los Angeles Chargers. They need defensive tackle, tight end, wide receiver, corner. They're looking at, I believe this is a perfect spot for a Derek Harmon to go, an athletic interior guy, or maybe the coach who recruited him brings him back home. Yes. Jim Harbaugh brings none other than Kenneth Grant goes to the Chargers. He goes home, yes. A Kenneth Grant, the stud in the middle, will fit perfectly with the Los Angeles Chargers. Green Bay, they need edge, they need corner, they need wide receiver. We see it all here. I believe I had them taking Golden, I think, last time. Edge rusher, corner, wide receiver. You got Shamar Stewart still there. Colston Loveland. Yeah, do we give them a tight end? And do we give them Shamar Stewart or Mike Green? Shamar Stewart is a big boy. Edge, corner, wide receiver. So what we're going to do is look at edge rushers here. Who do we want to give them? Because I don't trust this. I don't trust this site's rankings. So you got Shamar Stewart, Nick Scorton, Easy, Mike Green. We're going to give them Shamar Stewart. Not real sure what direction. They could go Mike Green here, but that's how I'm going to go with it for now. That brings up Minnesota Vikings. They need safety. They need corner. They need guard. They need edge. They need running back. Nick Scorton. We're going to give them easy. We're going to give them Donovan Ezeriku, edge rusher, goes to I probably should have took Nick Emanwari, but we're going to give them an edge rusher because they need help on the edge. Again, there's some safeties later on that I think they may be into. Uh, and that brings up the Houston Texans. I believe I had that. No, maybe I'm not sure. I think I had them taking a wide receiver. They need offensive tackle, offensive guard, offensive center. So what do we have here? Offensive tackle, offensive guard, offensive center. They got Gray Zabel, Donovan Jackson, Ursary. Man. But I'm going to give them arguably the best wide receiver in the first round, and that would be Emeka Egbuka, route running machine. I think he comes in and helps out the quarterback right off the bat. CJ Stroud, Emeka Egbuka. All right, the Rams are on the board here. The Rams need linebacker, corner, edge, tight end. I believe linebacker, corner, edge, tight end. We're going to give them Jalon Walker. He's going to give them a versatile option. I could see him possibly going to a Baltimore as well. Either way, they're going to take the highest rated guy left on the board, Jalon Walker. That sets up Baltimore Ravens guard, corner, edge, linebacker. Guard, corner, edge, linebacker. We're going to give them Gray Zabel. He's going to come right in and start. Maybe a Donovan Jackson. I think it's a little early. I think Gray Zabel has he's higher at the gate, so that's what we're looking for. A Gray Zabel. Number 28. Easy's off the board. That's who I had the Lions taken before. They need edge, guard, corner, safety. I believe Donovan Jackson is off of the board here. Again, I've got more mocks to do. I was thinking Mike Green, but if they really need a guard, stay with inside out. Donovan Jackson is gone. Again, this sets up really well for Detroit going forward with that running game and with your quarterback. You need to keep the middle stout as much as you want an edge rusher. Green has some issues. Nick Scorton is dropping like a. He has traits. That's what he's got. Washington's on the clock. They need edge. They need corner. They need safety. They need linebacker. Jihad Campbell is dropping because of the shoulder surgeries. Edge, corner, safety, linebacker. We're going to give them Nick Emanwari. Yes, Nick Emanwari. Beast. He is a trait machine, unbelievably athletic, needs to be coached a little bit. I think with Dan Quinn, it's a marriage made in heaven. I really do. Nick Emanwari, the safety, goes to the Washington Commandos. Momo, what do you think, brother? Number 30, Buffalo Bills. They need corner, defensive tackle, linebacker, edge. And we're looking at Derek Harmon. We're looking at Tyleek Williams. We're looking at a Walter Nolan. Again, we're going to give them the best one off the board here. We're going to give them Derek Harmon. Bam. Again, they could take they could take Walter Nolan there. They very well could. But again, we're going to give them the very athletic Derek Harmon. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the board. They need defensive tackle, offensive guard, edge rusher. Defensive tackle, offensive guard, edge rusher. Mm, 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 mm. I believe this is where Walter Nolan or Mike Green goes off. I think they believe um, that this may be the year. This may be the year. He reminds me of Houston a little bit. The edge rusher that they had, I'm going to give them Mike Green. Yes, Mike Green, the speedy edge rusher out of Marshall, goes to Andy Reid and helps them uh, apply pressure. Now, you would say, why not Tyleek Williams? Why not Walter Nolan? Again, defensive tackle carries in this draft. You can get one in the second round. You can get one in the third round. You can even get one possibly in the fourth round. So that's what we're going to do. Number 32, Eagles. The highest rated player, Jihad Campbell's on the board. I don't see that. He's coming off of shoulder surgery. There's concern that it could be a lingering issue. Offensive guard. Is there a guard really to be had here? Not really. Not at this point. Guys, I think that would be a reach. Uh, you got a cornerback, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. I believe I gave them Loveland in one of my mocks. I think that he would be a strong consideration here, but we're not going to go with that. Uh, Nick Scorton, I wouldn't do that to you, Eagle fans. I would not. Um, let's just look. I think they like Walter Nolan better. They lost Milton Williams. So I think Walter Nolan is the play unless you wanted um mm, let's just look. Edge, guard, corner, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. You got Benjamin Morrison. Okay, this is it. This is what we're going to do, everybody. Do not reach, Eagles. Do not reach. Stay strong and take arguably the best player who I would probably have rather had at 12 for the Cowboys that Eagles get at 32. Walter Nolan goes to the Eagles, and there it is, everybody. There it is. Cam Ward goes 1. Abdul Carter goes to the Browns. Shador goes to the Giants. Will Campbell, first time you saw that, I bet, goes to New England. Travis Hunter, the Jalen Ramsey-esque pick by the Jags. Ashton Genty, Jackson Dart. Didn't help the Cowboys because Will Johnson goes. Tet McMillan, Kellen Moore screws us. Josh Simmons, Mason Graham. Look at that gauntlet. Johnson, McMillan, Simmons, Graham. Dallas gets Michael Williams. Let me know who you would have taken if we were on the board with this possible scenario. If I'm sitting there, I would be trying to trade down. If what Brian brought us, a gassy Brian brought us, if he thinks that Dallas isn't going to take Barron, I believe him. He knows his shit. No pun intended, Brian. Brian with a Y. Come on now. That's how we roll. I would like Jade Barron. I would like to move down. You got Membao. You got Tyler Booker. You know, Randy McIntyre loves Tyler Booker. I do as well. But we get edge rusher Michael Williams. Let me know what you think. Again, this is only the second installment. These are possibilities, real possibilities, without trades. Now, seeing what you ended up with Michael Williams, would you want that trade up to number 4 that's basically being discussed to give up 44 in next year's 3 for Travis Hunter? To me, if I'm moving up to 4, I'm not drafting Travis Hunter. That's just me. But it is what it is. Let's just quickly go down. I got Matthew Golden going to Denver. Washington, I got Nick Emanwari, the safety, the stud out of South Carolina, and the Eagles getting Walter Nolan. Again, the rich get richer here, people. That's how it goes. the rich get richer. This is a draft where you want to be down a little bit. To me, if you can get Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, possibly Will Johnson, Ultra Cowboy, and possibly a Tet McMillan, and even possibly a Josh Simmons. After that, then it's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, I like Booker a lot too. So let me know what you think. Again, that's 2.0. We're going to do a few more before the draft. Wanted to get this in. Let me know what you think. I will talk to everybody later. And don't always forget.
How about them Cowboys?
Late.